Happy May Day, friends. I thought it would be a good opportunity to show off the books that I'm going to be reading this month, or at least try to. Um, at the very top of that list is a new arrival, and I received this from Wiser Books, and I've been hotly anticipating this work since I first heard about it, and that is The Tarot Architect by Lon Milo Duquette. Love the cover. How to Become the Master Builder of Your Spiritual Temple. It has a foreword by Mary K. Greer, the Queen of Cards. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I've been reading tarot for more than 40 years, and I have my own thoughts on the nature of the cards and how you relate to them, how I read them in relationship to the client. I've always respected Lon's take on tarot, and I'm curious to see how many of his insights here match my own and what new stuff I can learn to add to my repertoire. The foreword by Mary Greer kind of touched on something right out of the gate, and I'm just going to read you the first paragraph. I had to laugh when I read about Lon building houses of cards when he was young, because I live in a house of cards. Every room of my house has bookshelves and tables stacked with card decks, specifically tarot cards, and books, oodles of books on tarot. Not a one of them will do for you what this book promises if you follow the practices Lon Duquette describes. Yeah, so that paints a picture, and it shows promise to me that this book is going to be the premier book on tarot. If Mary K. Greer thinks that this book is indispensable, then who am I to argue? So, right at the top of the list, I'm reading this starting today, and I'll give a full report once I've finished. I'm also hoping to revisit Song of the Dark Man. It's by Daryl Mason, Father of Witches, Lord of the Crossroads. I read this when it first came out and absolutely loved it. Adored Darrow's work on this, and I thought it was a good time with Beltane upon us to revisit. So I'll be spending the month with this as well. I picked up a novel, The Book of Illusions by Paul Auster. So I just thought the premise sounded interesting. I do not know if I'm going to finish it. And I say that because I have a caveat. I hate it when authors bend very important rules for writing. And this guy is one of those who does not use dialogue tags, quotation marks. And I hate it. He's not the only guy that does it. And every time it just takes me out of it, because there are instances, and I know they claim that it's all obvious, but it isn't always. When somebody's thinking, when somebody's talking, when it's just narration. There are instances where you're reading and suddenly you're like, oh, wait, that is, and that takes me out of the book. And I read to submerge myself. And I firmly believe that rules are made to be broken. But there are certain rules that, when broken, tend to break my reading experience. And we'll see if You know, maybe he has perfected the art. I know that there are a few authors out there who use that conceit. Cormac McCarthy, for instance, his approach, while I don't agree with it, it works. Is this guy on par? Guess we'll see. We also have Horror Mayhem to look forward to. Decades of Dread. And I have 4 books that I plan on addressing for the month to celebrate Horror Mayhem. I'll be rereading Spectre. This is the novelization of the failed TV pilot from Gene Roddenberry and Sam Peebles. This was written by Robert Wiewiecka, and it's one of my favorite occult detective novels. And it's a quick read, fits into the rules of Horror Mayhem, where you're not to read anything over 250 pages. And this clocks in at 154. So it's a one-day read, and it is fabulous. Better than the show, and I love the show. So I'm also going to be reading selections from, as I mentioned the other day, the Weiser Book of Horror and the Occult, edited by Lon Malu Duquette, and Judika Illis's edited The Fantastic and Forgotten, and Occult Detectives. All 3 of these are from Weiser Books, and they are among my favorite anthologies. So I'll be going through and kind of picking and choosing and weaving my way through them as the month goes by. And there you have it. It's a somewhat ambitious May for me. I'm working diligently on the Occult Detective role-playing game with my son, and we are really close. We're finalizing the graphic design and art. Any day that you get to sit around and draw gray aliens or Sasquatch or demonic entities, you know, it's a good day, right? So back to that, and hopefully we'll have a report on that very soon. And I thank you for your time. And hey, if you wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You know the drill. Happy May Day. Blessed Beltane. Hope your Walpurgisnacht was fantastic. Hey, and we'll talk again real soon.